So we're here with my good friend Andrew.
Hello.
Every year it's a privilege to come to this booth.
I am special.
Yeah. Well, it's just you guys just keep. I was just telling Steve, like you guys just keep making products that shouldn't be as affordable as they are for how good they are.
Yeah.
You guys were generous enough to give us these lavs that we've been using, which I won't name the other brand that I personally purchased, but boy, those things suck and drop out all the time. These things have been rock solid.
Being multi-band allows it, so you're here on the floor of NAB. It's a rough R environment. If you've never been here, wireless sucks. It's not easy.
Awful.
But being multi-band, you're like, oh, well, we had a hit. We have a bad scan. You're not locked into your block. You're not locked into that band of wireless that you bought. These change, these adapt to whatever you want them to be in the moment. Just check the range and move on.
Yeah, and I remember last year you had announced them, and I was super stoked on them. But the one thing that is a little frustrating, which is not your fault, is that they can't record and transmit at the same time. That is the fault of another company that owns that right.
Well, at the end of the day, these are just the rules that, are set. We obey them. And this year we have some stuff that has a little bit of that, though.
That was the pivot that I was going to try to tee up for you.
Yeah. So we've got a brand new one here at the show called the DX-TX. And what's beautiful about this one is the fact that it can record and transmit here in the United States.
It's and it goes on your. I am assuming it provides phantom power.
It does phantom power. It does line input. It also does mic input. So if you're trying to tap a board at like a DJ board or for like a wedding shoot, live event, just plug it into the back of the board, hit record, and then transmit that to all of your multicams.
Every year you make me very excited about something because I have had to do that at so many events where I put in an F3, and you're like, I hope that worked out.
Oh yeah, and bitch got time code.
Come on. And then, which means I'm going to guess.
So you're transmitting to all your multicams at that live event, right? You got a time code based recorder plugged into the board for the live event. There's some TC1s also on those cameras as backups, just in case you're out of range or any kind of hiccup, because live event, my goodness, right?
Yeah.
But you have all these backups now for if you're a multicam shooter, you're covered.
Incredible, dude.
Not only that, it has AES 3. So if you're tapping into a digital mixing board and they have AES, you can do that as well.
And it's similarly similar build quality to the Lav packs, where it's that nice aluminum.
It's a CNC aluminum case.
Yeah.
It's got AA batteries. In mic mode and line mode, you're talking nearly 14 hours. When 48 volt phantom has been enabled, you're talking 8 hours. So
Still
on
good.
Corporate shoots, you're going all day on that boom pole.
Little USB. Can you run like an external battery like you can?
Yeah.
Yep, of course.
Yeah, so if you want to throw on like a little credit card battery, you could tape one up or just kind of throw a little rubber band around it. If you want to get that extra battery life, if you're doing sit down interviews all day long, do it.
Yeah, I mean it's hell yeah.
32-bit float.
Of
also
course.
has 24-bit float with an analog limiter. So if your workflow is still in the 24-bit space, we've got you covered, and that analog limiter is going to have you covered for hopefully preventing you from clipping your audio. It's not bad, right?
It's the thing I love about you guys is every time I have a thought, you're always like, yeah, it does that.
Yeah, of course it should.
And I'm not even an audio guy, and I'm making things up that I'm like, what about that? And you're always like, yep.
So this talks to the rest of our Theos ecosystem. Right now, that one receiver that we have on the market, the D2RX, is who it talks to, but there's going to be more receivers coming out in the future. So this whole ecosystem is still growing.
So this is the Lav receiver that we're using.
So this is the camera 2-channel compact portable receiver.
Right.
There's going to be other receivers that are not this.
Got it. But so my question, if I were to use this,
yeah,
I could then only use one Lav, or can I do both Lav? Okay.
Yeah.
2 channels.
Two channels. So you could use like a Lav and then a boom mic.
Yep.
So you could have like a host set up and then a boom mic for a guest to walk under and do quick interviews.
Right.
Or you could double up on a mic on an interview, like documentary work, and drop a boom in and a Lav, just to see which one's going to sound better in post.
Right, and this
like
is
that.
Also like these ones are generally, regardless of the company, like the 2-channel thing is like the more affordable, option where you're likely only have.
Kit, if you're buying into a brand new wireless system, buy into the bundled kit because it drops the price per channel significantly.
Yeah.
So it's about $1,100 US. That puts our price per channel at $550. So price us out against a lot of these single channel wireless systems that are bragging about being digital UHF, but they're coming in at $600, nearly $700 sometimes. On a per channel basis, we're more affordable.
Not to mention, like, for certain things, you can go a little cheaper. That system that I bought that we used last year that kept crapping out on us, I think I bought for $600.
Yeah.
That was definitely, well, this wasn't out at the time, but I remember off camera you warned me. You were like, maybe don't do that yet. And I was like, but I need it now, whatever. But this truly is a buy once, cry once situation. I've been thoroughly impressed with it.
This is an ecosystem that you're seeing just the beginnings of.
Yeah.
This is something that we plan on being actively releasing devices for the next 5 years. And then, of course, supporting it for another 5 more years. This is a 10-year process that you're just now on year 1.5 of.
And I know you had, you've got the new, butterfly antenna or stuff like that?
Yeah, the butterfly antenna is shipping. But we also now have the new antenna mast that allows you to do the T-bar across a boom pole on a sound cart. So you can get multiple antennas up in the air. Great range, great reception, great stability.
Oh, the thing that's going this way?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that also doubles as a microphone stereo bar. It has a ton of measurements down to the millimeter. So if you need to do XY stereo or ORTF or AB spaced, it can also handle all that as well.
That's sick. And then I know this isn't necessarily new, but your SPD-1.
SPD-1 is still killing it. We sold a ton last year. It's starting to show up in a ton of people's sound bags across the TV industry.
Right.
And also showing up on a couple of people's carts that were like, wow, okay, that's like impressive. We didn't know we were on that movie.
Right. Oh, cool.
Yeah, like, and if you want to know what kind of productions Deity's been used on in the last year or two, go to our website, deitymic.com, and at the bar, the mini bar, select user showcase. It's going to show you a lot of the massive productions that we've been used on in the past couple of years.
Yeah, well, and that's the thing that I was saying kind of the bit, I can't remember if we were recording, but like, you guys are punching well above your weight to the point where like it's entirely reasonable for, I don't know, Top Gun to use your guys' stuff.
Yeah, I mean, we know the folks over there, funny enough, at Top Gun. His sound cart is that one.
Just that model.
Yeah, he designed it. Yeah, the sound mixer for Top Gun. Designed that cart.
That was for a second. I was like, "What? He lent you that?" But yeah.
Yeah, he did lend it to us, though. Yeah. So, it's one of those situations where we're finding out all the time. We had someone yesterday come in. They were with the Raiders. We've had the Texas Rangers stop by today. So a couple of sports teams.
Yeah.
We did some demos this spring with the Chicago Bulls that seemed very happy on a multi-stadium tour that they were doing. So a lot of big kind of production houses that do in-house production for sporting teams are loving us. And then in that same regards, we're finding out we're showing up on HBO shows. And we're like, oh, damn, okay.
Yeah.
So we're really happy. And again, check out our user showcase. You get a full lineup. Not everything's up there, just what we know about.
Sure.
And where we've gotten permission or they've come out and told us, hey, use us, show off our stuff. We're using you.
Yeah.
That kind of thing.
Is there anything else that's new for this year's NAB?
This really is kind of the driving force behind a lot of it. We have a couple of more ancillary type products like this one. It's more of a tech product, but it's a USB power brick.
That's neat.
It's 140 watts of power.
Christ.
It's also fire resistant. It needed to be.
Okay, I bet.
Yeah, it kind of needed to be.
It's got a nice little heft to it as well. It doesn't
It's
feel
smaller than a MacBook charger.
and can power probably 3.
Here's the best part. It can take a 16-inch MacBook from 0 to 50% in 30 minutes. Yeah.
Oh, one thing that Steve...
$69.
Nice. We are children. One thing that Steve told me that I want to bring up because it's I don't even know if this you don't care, but he was telling me that lithium batteries were owned by Energizer.
Okay, yeah.
That patent or whatever dropped out. You guys started making
some
them.
of the stuff. Yeah, it's dropped out, so we're able to do some stuff.
And they're cheaper.
Yeah.
And more inexpensive.
Yeah. So you should definitely go hit up Film Tools if you need AA batteries.
Yeah, because they're better and less expensive than Energizers.
Yeah, so if you're bulking up for a show where you got a lot of wireless mics, we do an 8-pack for $15. So price the batteries out at Film Tools against your other suppliers, and I think you're going to find Deity expendables with Film Tools is a better option.
Yep, 100%. I think that probably covers everything, no?
Yeah, I got the sales pitch. We did some cool stuff, and we said nice when we said 69. Nice.
Great. Nice. Thanks, buddy.
Okay.